When I was 15, I went to a boarding school in Denmark, and it is pretty normal to go to boarding school for a year between the time when you're 15 to 17. And on a cold January day, right after winter vacation, teachers thought it would be fun to see who of us could jump the highest. And somehow I ended up being first in line, and this was just not something I would do because I was this insecure kid. So somehow I ended up in the very front of the line. So they stacked a bunch of boxes on top of each other, and they put out a mini trampoline for us to jump over. At the very first level, the easy one, I just looked up there and holy cow, that is high. But I was first in line. I couldn't give up. I was nervous, but I ran and I jumped and I just made it over. I go back into the line, and when everybody's jumped, they raised the bar one more time. And this time, I can see, whoa, I can't make that jump. I can't jump that high. So I have this internal dialogue of do I jump? Should I jump? I can't make that jump. On the other hand, it's dude, nobody else has quit. If I quit first, everybody's gonna think I'm a loser. So I can feel my belly clenching. I don't want to do this. My palms are sweating, but I start running and I feel something's wrong. I hear this loud click and I don't go upwards. I hit the trampoline. I don't go up. I just fly straight through the wall of boxes that we were meant to jump over. I'm lying down and I feel dazzled. I'm trying to sit up, but I can't bend my knee. Whenever I'm trying, I get this shooting pain through my body. I look down and see the quads are looking fine, the shin bone's looking fine. When I look at the left leg, the quads are looking fine, shin bone's looking fine, but whoa, I look up and at the very top where the kneecap is supposed to be, I see the shin bone having two lumps, horns. I then see a big lump 5 centimeters up on my thigh, away from where my kneecap was supposed to be. That right there is my kneecap. I broke my knee that day, and due to that fact, I was forced into the gym to do rehab, and as annoying as that was, as having to get surgery in my knee, that got me into the gym, and that was probably the best transformation that ever happened to me, because I went from being incredibly skinny to that now being having a rather athletic physique. Oh my god, everything about your life becomes so much better. So today I want to sell you on the idea of going to the gym and training specific bodybuilding style, which means you want to have a good split of compound lifts and isolation exercises. And compound lifts are the things that they're the type of lift like the squat, where you have the barbell here, you go squat with a bunch of weight on, or the bench press, or the deadlift. Those are compound lifts, activate a lot of muscles and that builds a lot of strength throughout the body. And then you want specifically isolation exercises because you want to target some specific muscles. Just doing pull-ups hits the biceps, which is the muscle that does this movement. If you want to grow a really big biceps, you will want to only train that one because pull-ups train other muscles too. So isolation exercises are exercises that only target one muscle at a time. Then there's something called rep ranges. So here's just my recommendation. You want to do 3 sets per exercise. So let's say you're doing bench press. You want to do 3 sets of bench press. A set is a certain amount of repetitions. So you want to do 3 sets of either 8 to 12 repetitions or 10 to 15. You want to do somewhere in between 8 and 12 reps. So what it means is that you're going to have a certain amount of weight on the barbell and you're going to do some amount of reps. Let's just say you're going to do 8 reps. Then the next workout, you've done those 8 reps now. Now you've grown a little bit stronger than you were the last time. So now you're going to put the same amount of weight on, and then you're going to do 9 reps this time. And then you grow a little bit stronger. So you go and you do 10 reps next time, all the way up to 12. And once you've done 12 reps, then what you're going to do is you're going to add just a little bit of weight. So you might add 2.5 kilos to the barbell, and then go back to 8 reps and start again and do that cycle. And that's how you build up, because you can't continuously put more and more weight on. You can't keep up with that pace. And I specifically recommend either 8 to 12 or 10 to 15, because those are the 2 that I have tried, and those are the 2 that I know work well. Why should you actually be going to the gym? Because I wasn't sold on it for such a long time, but it is just such a big upgrade to your life, just in terms of the confidence that you build. Because I used to be such a insecure kid who was picked on all the time, and I couldn't do anything about it. But then I started building this, and the thing that changes is that instead of it being when you're playing around with other people and you're kind of the punching bag, now you end up being instead of this wrestling with them instead of being the punching bag. And that dynamic change is just so powerful and such a great boost. You also just feel more safe walking around, because you're okay, I could beat that guy up. That guy, he wouldn't jump me because I could beat him up, or at least I'd put up a fight to him. And it's you become a lot more dangerous and you feel a lot safer just knowing that people couldn't just beat you up if they so desired. And that sounds weird, but that's this primal thing. And it sounds so strange to think about that. Like, that guy could beat me up. I need to be careful of him. If you're twice as big as someone, you're not going to be scared of him. I mean, you don't want to walk around being scared. And also, it's just such a massive, like, life improvement, being able to upgrade your life from playing video games, which I used to do so much, and go and channel your energy into something so much more productive, so much more character building, like going to the gym. It is honestly one of the biggest improvements that you can make, like one of the biggest upgrades to your life you can make. Okay, so how often do you want to go to the gym? This is actually where it gets a bit complicated. So like, you can choose anywhere between 3 and 7 times per week. Like, every day is, like, honestly pretty awesome, but you need to train a little bit differently depending on what you want to do. So let's say you're really excited, you're sold on this idea of going to the gym. Awesome, go 6 to 7 times per week. And what you want to do is you want to incorporate push-pull legs. Push, which is your triceps, so this muscle. Your chest, which is like this muscle, like the one that turns with arms together. So basically the bench press muscles, and then the shoulder muscle, which is like this movement. Those are the muscles you want to work out and push. And then pull is all the opposite muscles. So it's everything that you use to pull. It kind of makes sense. And then legs are your legs. And then do progressive overload, just like I talked about, where you keep like doing one more rep than last time. And then once you've done that one more rep, or once you're at the maximum reps, then you go and you put on a bit more weight the next time. Then you go back down. You want to do that and then do the same program each time. And find an app. I really recommend Strong. I don't know if they have an Android app. I think they do. But the app Strong is amazing for tracking workouts. And imagine you want to build the most like attractive, the most powerful looking body. And to do that, you want your upper body to kind of have a V shape. So from your thighs to your shoulders, you want to go for a V shape, which is like the most attractive thing in men. So you want to specifically go for shoulders. You want to work out neck. I haven't been consistent with that and it shows. But you also want to go for lats, which is the one you use for pull-ups. This is the movement basically going down. And you want to build chest, and yeah, then you want to build arms. That is like the formula for building the most athletic, like aesthetic physique. And how are you supposed to be eating? What I recommend is that you do what's called a clean bulk, because a lot of people, they're going to be recommending you do like a dirty bulk, which is basically where you just care about being in a calorie surplus. You care about eating more calories than what you burn. And I do not recommend this at all. I think it is such a dumb idea, because you're going to be screwing up so much of your health. You're going to be so low energy and your workout's going to be terrible. So I recommend that you don't eat shit basically. You know if it's food or if it's not food, and if it's not food, then you don't eat it. So like junk food, anything that's junk food, like fucking McDonald's and like chips or candy or like soda, not food. That is the rule, and just follow that on. Honestly, that like people like to throw the blame at like carbs or fat or even protein or meat or vegetables, but the first step is just stop eating things that is not food. Just for a moment now, try to imagine 3 years from now, if you went to the gym, you really made the investment to build your dream physique, and then in 3 years you have built your dream physique. Imagine how much happier you would be. Imagine the quality of life, the respect you would get from having done that. Try to imagine that. Okay, and just on a final note, I want to thank you for watching, because you watched like, I don't know how many minutes this is going to be into the video, but you watched quite far into a quite long video. And for most of my fitness journey, I've gone to the gym for like 1.5 years at least. But just recently, I actually haven't gone to the gym. I've been doing home workouts, prioritizing this YouTube thing. And soon I'm going back to the gym and I'm putting YouTube back on. And I'm going to be focusing on building this YouTube into a more professional thing with like higher level polish on the videos. And I'm going to be talking specifically about fitness advice. So I want to give you guys an opportunity, and I want to hear what you guys want to watch. So please leave a comment if there's something you want to see. If it's dieting advice, if it's bodybuilding advice, if it's like the specific workout videos that you want, if it's like specific like guided workouts, I don't know. If there's something that you want to see, then please leave a comment and I will consider making it, and I will read everything. So thank you a ton for watching, and goodbye. Have a good day.